Hello Cancer, this is Corey, and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Let's begin. But before we begin, I wanted to say that I do have another channel that it's called the Soul Seekers Tarot, and it's where I do pick a card readings every Sunday. I usually post it on Sundays. So once a week I do a pick a card reading. So if you're not aware of that, that's another channel you can check out with my readings. Alright, otherwise please like and subscribe if you haven't already, especially if this video resonates with you, this reading. We've got the Observer. Very interesting. The Observer. You're in observer mode. What are you observing? What are you keeping an eye on? Are you keeping an eye on yourself? What you're thinking? Let's find out with the Ruin. Norwegian Ruin. Hope you're doing well. We have got the Northeast Ruin. Please give me some food. Northeast. We'll see what that means in one moment here. Bring that out just in case. Let's get a Major Arcana card for this reading, please, Archangel Michael. The Hangman energy. Okay, feeling stuck. Maybe that's why you're in observer mode. Feeling like it's time to just sit back because things aren't happening. With the Seven of Swords. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Haha. Okay. Let's see what the Northeast Rune says. I find it here. Where are you, Northeast? It says number 10, so maybe that's what it is. It's not yet. That's what it is. Okay. Northeast is need, poverty. Give me some food, I said. Okay. Hardships and deprivation, limited resources, moving forward, overcoming obstacles, instant desires here and now, whim and egoism. I see. So the positive description is the hardships and deprivations, limited resources, and moving forward, overcoming obstacles. So that's definitely positive. Yeah. If it was in reverse, it would be instant desires here and now, and whim and egoism. But I don't read reverse unless it comes out, just by happenstance. So let's just keep that there, because you know me. If you know me, I forget. Okay, so guys, we've got the Observer, Cancer. You're in observer mode, meaning that you like when let's say you're somebody who films wildlife in Africa, the Savannah Desert or the Sahara Desert or whatever it is. You have to get yourself set up with your camera, right? And you've got to have a specimen that you're going to be filming or taking pictures of for maybe National Geographic maybe. But you've got to sit there and you got to wait. You got to wait because animals aren't going to perform for us. It's like, okay, take number 3, action. It doesn't happen that way. We just kind of have to wait and see. When it's time to take action, you will know it, right? When it's time for you to do something, you'll do it then. You'll know it. But this is there's something that is you're feeling like you've somehow restricted. And this, the Hangman energy is definitely feeling like you're sacrificing. You're being asked to sacrifice something, and being asked to sacrifice could be being asked to lay low for a while, to not make a move, to not take action. Because otherwise you may be taking it at the detriment of the situation or the outcome that you're looking for with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, it's a tricky energy, but if you don't just hold back and wait for divine timing, let's say, wait for the right time, The right time is divine timing. So whenever, if you hold back and wait for the right time, and you'll know it, then you'll be able to avoid experiencing some kind of lost trickery, deception, being manipulated in some way by someone. Okay, so you are smart, Cancer, to be looking at whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, moving forward in your life, in a way that says, just hold back a little while and see if that is what I need to do, and it is what I want to do, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see, right? Wait for a nod from the universe, or a wink, So that's really great energy. Because whenever we are in hasty energy, impulsive, then we get ourselves into hot water, tricks, get ourselves into tricky situations, right? The outcome isn't as we want it to be. You're trying to avoid that. The Lovers, so you got a decision to make, a choice to make. Choice between going for it now, or something else. You're going for it now, or hanging back, or something else. Elder of Fire is the King of Wands. That's taking action. Okay. Ace of Water is the Ace of Cups. So taking action, you got the decision of holding back and just observing, or taking action. The Ace of Cups here, that's the energy of self-love, but it's also the energy of the divine offering you an opportunity to, love whatever it is that you're doing. Love yourself, of course, but to love whatever it is that you're doing. Let's see what else it's got to say here. Strength, that would be you being either holding yourself back because of fear, your ego is not tamed, and the ego is a lion. That's what represents. This is a dragon in this case, a fiery dragon. Or you're taming your ego, and you're just you're moving forward with strength and courage because you believe. Ten of Air is the Ten of Swords. The Queen of Earth is the Queen of Pentacles. Let's just have a look at this before I pull out any more. Lover. So there is some poverty or deprivation, hardship that you will experience, or are experience, or would experience, right? Some kind of hardship you're going to experience if you don't hold back and observe. Or, now I'm getting the idea, Archangel Michael threw the other oar into my mind there. He says, think of it this way. So Cancer, it could be, because it could be one way or the other, but when Archangel Michael shifts my thoughts to something else, I kind of have to say, yeah, I guess it's meant to be this way, because I always ask, will you please help me to correctly interpret the energies of the cards that I pull as directed by you, Archangel Michael. So he said, you might be standing still, like you're stuck, like you're paralyzed, like you are too afraid to take action, to move forward, because you might feel like if you do something, it's going to be a betrayal. You are either going to experience somebody betraying you, stabbing you in the back 10 times, right? A big betrayal. Or, or you're putting an end to betraying yourself. Okay, so this is, because 10 is the last, right? 10 is 9 is the end, and 10 is like it leads to a new beginning. And the new beginning is like the Queen of Earth, of Pentacles, with you standing in the energy of a new life, a new beginning, new opportunity that you're going to love, that you love, and just going to cherish, right? Standing in your strength and your courage, taking action to move forward, making that decision to do so. The choice is to stay stuck, okay? Standing in fear, like paralyzed, to the point where you're not doing anything. You're just saying, you know what? I don't feel brave enough to do that, or it's just not the right time, or it's just going to take too much effort on my part. Or it's like Cancer, you might be saying, if I'm trying to move towards somebody in a relationship, for example, they might reject me, right? They might reject me, stab me in the back, where I'm thinking they might be interested in me and they might want to date me. And then when I do find out and I ask to date them, or they, I make myself known that I'm interested in them, they just they turn around and laugh at me and say, are you crazy? I'm not going to ever go out with you. That kind of thing. You don't want to lose face by making yourself known to this person that you have a romantic interest in or a friendship in. You just have some fears, some big fears that is causing you just to keep an eye on this person or keeping an eye on the situation, but not really interacting in any way that will actually have you engaging in the situation, engaging with the person. So it could be somebody at work that you see across the workroom or something, and that you're able to, with your job, you're able to see them. They're down there and they're having a good time with the guys or the girls that they're working with in that area, and you can see that they look like the type of person that people like, that you admire them, and then maybe you go for lunch, they're on the same lunch hour, that kind of thing. So you're sitting in the same lunchroom, everybody's pulled out their lunch boxes and you're eating for that half hour, and everybody's just jazzing it up, having a good time, talking, maybe on their cell phone with somebody, or just on their cell phone doing something, not really engaging with the others. Whatever the scene is, you're somebody who is like, you're keeping an eye on this person, but you don't want them to know it. You don't want them to see you looking at them, right? It would be too mortifying or embarrassing for you if that person caught you looking at them. So that's the kind of thing as I'm talking about, is a situation that you need to, you need to do something that is going to help you achieve something or make progression towards something that you need to have put in place, or a goal. But you're too afraid to make the next step, take the next step towards it, because in your mind, Cancer, you may be thinking that, what's the point? Why bother? Or I don't have enough money for that right now anyway, so I'll just spend it on lollipops. I'll just frivolously spend it, instead of actually taking the next step to say, okay, I got $10. I can put that into this account towards whatever this is. Like maybe you need put a deposit on an apartment that you want to rent because you need to get away from your current roommate, or you need to move out of the house of your parents, and you want to be independent, live on your own. And but that's a scary proposition, right? It's a very scary proposition, because it could be that because moving on, living by yourself, that means you got to do everything. And you're responsible for all the bills and making payments and all this sort of stuff. So you're going to be a lot more active, participating person who is now a renter, renting your own space independently. Or you're going to rent your space and then you're going to try and find someone else to rent with you. Okay? But the point is that you have to take the next step, and maybe you need that deposit, because you got to put down a deposit plus the first month's rent. Usually in some places you got to put the first month's as well as the last month's rent. So that's a huge chunk of money, because you got the deposit, first month and last month, that you got to put down in order for you to be able to get the keys for that apartment. So you got $10 and you say, oh, $10 $10. What's that going to do? You know, what's that going to do? It's not going to really make much of a dent in it. You know, like you stick your finger in a 5-gallon bucket of water. It's not raising the level. It's not raising the level of the water in the bucket, is it? Just your one finger? Yeah, no. So you say, oh, you know what? It's not making a difference in the level of the water, so why don't I just spend it on lollipops instead? Because I really like lollipops. That kind of thing. So irresponsibly, you'd have to say, I got to become more responsible with my disposable income after all my bills are paid from my paycheck, and start socking that away. Because if I really want to live, or I really need to live on my own independently somewhere, I've got to put out all this money up front in order to do this. So I got to start doing that. So it's taking the next step. You might need to open up a bank account that's for your apartment. It's your apartment bank account. That every time you get money, you might even take the next step and get your bank to automatically transfer $50 or $10 from your paycheck that comes in to that bank account. So you're not actually seeing it. You're not actually having to do it on your own to transfer the money. It's going to be done automatically, but you have to ask the bank to do that. So it's it's a step that you got to take. So it's just stuff like that where you have things that you could be doing. It could just be a small, tiny step to take right now, but you're not even wanting to do that because you might not see what's the point. You might not see the point in it. What's the point? Why bother? I'm never going to have $1,500 that I need in the time that I need to get out of this house now. I don't have $1,500. I can't get out now. And if it's going to take me $50 a paycheck, it's going to be like practically a year before I'm going to be able to afford to put down my deposit first month rent, at least the first month rent. Okay? So that's kind of what we're talking about here, is that you're actually stuck. I mean, every card that comes out here is this. You're sitting still, right? Sitting still. The Northeast rune is about being limited and restricted, having a hardship, deprived, deprivation. You know, that's like putting obstacles in your way. It's another obstacle. Hanging out and just hanging there, not doing anything. You've got all sorts of ideas going through your mind, but you're not taking any action. And it's like you are stealing your opportunities from yourself because you're not taking action, Cancer. That could be what this is saying. You're stealing opportunities from yourself. Or you're thinking, you know what, I should just go steal some money, then I'd have money. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, you have to make a decision, Cancer. And the tarot is saying you've got two choices, at least two choices. One choice is to stay where you're at and continue to experience your hardships and your limitations, your restrictions, or make a decision to step into the King of Wands energy and take action. Take action and take control. It just takes one little tiny step. One step a day or one step a week even, for that matter. It's just like you don't have to commit fully and completely into some project that you want to go towards or engage in, but you just like out of not wanting to do it just because it would take too much energy or too much money, or because you just don't know what your next step is. You're genuinely unsure. Well, then the next step would be for you that you could do is to talk to a friend and see what they have to say about what the next step might be. What do you think I should do next? Give me a small baby step that I could do next. That could be your next step, just to talk to somebody that could maybe give you an idea of what your next small baby step would be. But the divine is saying you're going to love your life, love yourself, love this new experience, or this experience that you want to go towards. If you're going to move into an apartment on your own, have your independence, you're going to be like, holy heck, Cancer. You're thinking to yourself, I needed this a long time ago. Why didn't I do this such a long, long time ago, right? Well, it wasn't the right time then. It's the right time now, but you're still not in action mode. You have to find the strength and the courage, because right now you are holding back from those fears, the ego fears of the lion, or in this case it's the dragon. Ego fears that you're going to be burned if you do anything. If you do anything, it's just going to be burned. You're just going to be sabotaged in a big way. Things are not going to work out for you, or somebody's going to knock me down because they're going to laugh at me and tell me they're not interested in me the way I'm interested in them. But I am going to overcome this by taking action and taking control and becoming grounded in the commitment, which is the pentacles, grounded in a commitment to my life, to my whatever, to my happiness, of course, but to achieving this particular thing that I'm too frozen right now to move towards, start taking baby steps towards. Okay? Knight of Air. This is you rushing in. Knight of Air is the fastest energy. That's the Knight of Swords. There's some kind of truth that's going to be flying in quickly towards you. The Four of Waters, the Four of Cups, where there's going to be an opportunity. Nine of Air is the Nine of Swords, that's going to have you looking at it going, oh my God, I'm, all stressed out. So what could that be, right? Knight of Air, some information's coming in really quick, fast speed information. Some truth is coming in. And it's going to start making you feel like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed, or it's not going to go the way I envisioned it to go. It's not good. But the thing about the Four of Cups is that there's always a cup coming in from the divine that says, just wait. There is something coming towards you that's going to help you. Because otherwise, you're going to be sitting in this energy of stress, losing sleep at night. Maybe you had decided that, for the apartment example, maybe you decided that you were going to take the next step, and you decided to put out a message, started applying online to these different apartment places, okay, that have apartments for rent available. And you start doing that, where you are feeling all inspired and committed to your project, your goal, okay, right now. You have found the courage, you've overcome letting yourself down, sabotaging yourself and betraying yourself. You're actually taking the needed steps with the money that you have available to you now, and you're committing to something. So you're going to use your money to commit it to the deposit in the first month's rent. You start putting out information like requests to these apartment people, and they tell you that we have the only place you really want to live, because it's going to be the most convenient to you, where it's in reasonable distance from your workplace and from your family, which might be the two places that you spend most of your time. That they're going to tell you that we don't have any one-bedroom apartments. All we have is a studio apartment. Or they're going to say, sorry, we don't have anything available at that particular place, that particular rent apartment complex, okay, that you really had your hopes set on, that you really thought would be perfect for you. And it turns out that they don't have anything available to you, and it might be a month or 2 months or something. Like, this happens all the time. 2 months or something before they expect something to become available to you, because there's always people moving out. And you're going to have your name on the list, and you're thinking, oh my God, I got to wait another 2 months to live with this person or to live at home, and I've got the money, and I can't even go and live in this place that I want to live in independently, get away from my family, get away from this roommate of mine. That kind of thing. What ends up, so you're stressing out, right? But ends up that the Four of Cups is all about, but wait, there's something coming that you just don't see right now, that fourth cup, right? It's coming. And what ends up happening is that you end up having, that they call you or email you or text you and tell you that, hey, someone moved out suddenly with, they broke their lease and they're moving out. And so this place is 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, whatever it is you need, or a studio apartment, is going to now be available by the end of this month. It's going to be available by the end of this month, and you're like halfway through the month kind of thing. And you're going, yee-haw! The Knight of Water, Knight of Cups is like, woo-hoo! Yeah, Knight of Cups is, it's quick moving, but it's not nearly as quick moving as the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Air. And so you're going, okay, this is becoming real now. This is becoming real. I can go and put my offer on that apartment, my name, right? That I offer to rent that place and give them the money, and I'm going to be feeling so, you're going to be so proud of yourself. Proud of yourself. You're actually making something real for you. Real for you. If this is a relationship, you're making an offer to this person of, I like you, I love you, or not. It could be, yeah. But I like you, I admire you, I've been watching you for a long time, and I offer you my cup. Cup of, will you date me? Right. So then there's the Elder of Earth, but it's the King of Pentacles. So now you've got the Queen and King of Pentacles with the balanced energy, and you've got the Four of Pentacles showing up next. Wow. Four of Pentacles is like you are putting roots down. I mean, this is you saying, I am making this mine. And if it's a person, it'd be, I am holding on to this person. I'm making this person mine. Not possessively. Okay? Never. With the tarot, wouldn't be possessively. But you're making this space yours. You are in this balanced energy because you finally took stood up in your strength and said, I'm going to take the next step, whether it's a baby step or a bigger step. I'm going to do what I need to do to move towards whatever it is that I see I'd like to have, but I haven't been taking action to do it. So I'm now in this balanced energy of both Queen and King of Pentacles, of commitment, right? You're fully on board. You're fully committed. You're like, yeehaw, this is mine. This is real. This is happening. I'm putting my name on this. I'm offering my signing the contract. I'm offering to be responsible for this particular unit now, from now until who knows when. And you're making it your own. This is yours. The person, the relationship is your own. You're like, it's like you're holding it like it's I'm so proud of myself. I'm holding it like in the other tarot cards, they see them holding pentacles or holding flowers, they're holding something, and it's like, I'm hanging on to this because I've made it mine. I'm so proud of myself. So Cancer, that's what I got for you. So just what you want to do is to, stay in observer mode for sure, all the time, always in observer mode. Never move too quickly, too hastily, too impulsively, but start making some baby steps. And that's the message you get today. Make some baby steps. Don't stay stuck. Don't steal or, lose, let's say. Don't lose the opportunity of having this experience, right? This experience in that place or with that person, making it your own. All right? Hope that's helpful. Bye for now.